In this video, we're going to be going over all of the features that Sellify has to offer and how to use the tool to supercharge your Walmart business. The first step is to download Sellify, and you can find a link in the description. And then once you download and you go ahead and you sign into the Chrome extension, you can then start browsing Walmart. So when you're on Walmart and you go to a product page, Sellify is going to appear right above the product title, and you'll be able to see all the information about the listing. So once you're on the product page, you can quickly get access to Amazon, eBay, and Google to do cross research on other platforms, or to go ahead and to search Google and find a potential supplier for that product. So on the top, you'll be able to go ahead and click on the Amazon link, the eBay link, or the Google link, and it will quickly take you to those respective platforms. The next button is going to do a reverse search. So here, you'll be able to go ahead and quickly reverse search the product and find a potential supplier. So for this item, it's going to be a Lego Classic, and you'll see how quickly it pulled up, and I can go ahead and I can sort through all of the results. I can also mess with the title by clicking this, and I can also go ahead and apply a third-party filter. I can go ahead and I can block certain suppliers, and then I can filter them out, and I can go ahead and quickly sort to see if I can find a match. Underneath that, you have access to the listing information, so you can quickly access the title by clicking on it, and it will copy everything. The same works for the item ID, the UPC code, as well as other info about the listing. Underneath that, you have the rating. Next, you have the offer count, and you have this little plus button, which will quickly allow you to add this item to your catalog. To the right, you have alerts. So alerts are going to show you different things about the listing. So here it says that Walmart.com is on the listing. And the next thing is it's saying that it's pulling information from Amazon.com, and it will also tell you if a certain amount of offers is on this item. So here we see that the offer count is 8, so it's not too much, but if it was over 20, you would go ahead and you would see the alert. Next, you have the cost calculator. So this is where you can go ahead and you can enter in your cost. So let's say my cost for this item is going to be $13. Then it's going to do the calculation. So I can quickly see that I'm not profitable, and it tells me at my cost, in order to break even, I would need to sell it at $23.25. So let's say I can get my cost down to $7. At that cost, I would actually be in an ROI of 32%. Underneath that, I can quickly see the dimensions that it's using for this item, and I can quickly change that. So here's 14 7x7. Let's say this is actually a 4-pound item. I can change that right here, and then it will adjust inside of the calculator. Underneath that, you have the lowest price history. Now you can extend this to go ahead and show out, but you can also sort this in a certain time range. We have 3 months, a year, and then we have all, and you can quickly see what the lowest price was on this listing for that period of time. The next section is where you can add your custom costs. So here you can add a hazardous check, WFS polybag, as well as standard label if you're going to be utilizing those services from Walmart. Next, you have your own overhead. So let's say you have $1 per unit of overhead, and then you also have sales tax of, let's say, 5%. And then you're also going to have inbound shipping costs. You can add all of those costs in right here, and it's automatically factored into your product cost. So this way, right now it's telling me I'm not profitable. And let's say you have all of those costs, so you want to make sure you're factoring them in so that you know exactly how profitable you are. Next, you can toggle between merchant fulfilled and WFS. So if you want to merchant fulfill an item, you can quickly select that and then input your shipping costs. Or if you just want to do WFS, you can select that. Underneath that, you can go ahead and you can estimate storage costs for the item. So you can select different months. And underneath that, you have the product details. And then you have a very cool feature of my personal favorite is you have verified reviews. So this is a very cool feature because it shows you how many actual verifiable reviews from people who are buying it is actually being left on the Walmart listing. So this graph also pops up, and we can see right here that this item is increasing in number of reviews, which also means that it's probably increasing in sales. So it went from 8 to 11 to 12 to 28 to 31. And that means that this is a very seasonal item. It's probably selling very well because it's Q4 and this is a toy, but this is just a lot of information because it shows you when it's seasonal. It also shows you if the item is actually selling. So the verified reviews is a really cool feature. Next, you have where you can go ahead and you can estimate your profit per a number of units that you have. So let's say I have 10 units purchased or around then. It will actually show me my revenue, cost, and profit for the amount that I'm actually purchasing. Underneath that, we have the offer count. So here is the total number of offers. Here is how many are merchant fulfilled. Then we have WFS. And lastly, you'll see Walmart. You'll be able to see the min and the max for the offers, as well as who is the buy box price. Underneath that, you'll see the sellers. So here we have Walmart.com, and you'll also see a badge for whoever is in the buy box. You'll also be able to tell if someone is a pro seller, as well as if they are merchant fulfilling it or if they are WFSing the item. To the right, you can see the quantity of each seller. So this is just a great indicator to know how many units each seller has and roughly how many units should you buy. And scrolling down, you'll be able to see some of the newest features, which is seasonality, as well as the search engine insights. So seasonality is going to show you roughly how seasonal an item is, and it says that the minimum month is June and the maximum month or the best month is December. So we see that this is a really good Q4 quarter seller, as we just saw. And this is, again, some really good info to help you make better decisions for your buys and what you're selling on Walmart. Next, you have one of the latest features, again, which is a search engine insight. So this information is pulled directly from Google, and you can go ahead and see the information according to Google Trends. Another really cool feature that Sellify has is that it actually allows you to do product research on a supplier's website. So let's say I was sourcing from Lego, or you can use this on really any retail site or any wholesale site, and you come across a product. So let's say we have this new Santa's post office. What we can do is we can click into it, and then once we're on the product page, we can actually go ahead and we can open up Sellify, and it'll find the listing on Walmart for us. So just with a click of a button, it's going to do all the heavy lifting, and we can scroll through and find the results. So let's take a look at the actual item to match it up. So here we have the first result. This doesn't look like it is, or even if it is the correct item, it doesn't look like it's selling. And underneath that, we see this one right here. So this one looks like the correct listing. We see that Walmart is in the buy box. We can see the number of reviews, as well as the buy box price and the number of offers. So looking at the next listing, we see right here, these are the same price, as well as the titles look to match up. So let's open this up onto Walmart, and taking a look at this listing, we can actually see that this is the correct offer. Let's just take a look at the photo. So opening up that listing on Walmart, once we open it, we can go ahead and confirm if it's the right listing, as well as we can also go ahead and view all the data that we talked about before. So really, Sellify covers both ends in terms of product research, and then you can also go ahead and use it once you're on Walmart to look at all of the extra data for the listing to ensure that you're making a good buying decision.